Before we get started, I'd like to remind everyone that this episode is brought to you by our patrons like Audimus X and Bobby Meow. Thanks for your support, guys. Alright, so before we get started, I just want to kind of explain what this video is about and why we're doing them. The shortest version, because it's supposed to be a short video, is that we have been getting a bit of a call to do more data on servants as they come out, specifically as they come out in North America, because obviously we do a little bit of stuff on Let's Talk FGO about new servants that appear in Japan, because then they're really new. They're not truly new in North America, but we've been getting a little call for it. So we're going to try to address some of that on the main Let's Talk FGO, especially about lower rarity servants and maybe about specific backfill for servants, if you get what I'm saying. But I also thought about this idea to release a short bit video, like our news releases, about new servants that come out, specifically mostly thinking limited servants or story locks that are on banners that are going to come up. So you're getting a big like SSR release, and maybe an SR later, but for now, SSR, you're getting a big 5-star release. It's coming out. You don't know whether or not you want to spend some quartz on it, or maybe spend some money on it, or just throw tickets or whatever. You know, most people are locked in. They're like, yes, I definitely want to roll on this banner for this person. But sometimes you're not. So this is just supposed to be like a little poster comes up, gives you a brief overview of the servant who's about to be on a raid up. And we'll get a touch in about how like rare they are, and then mostly just do a brief look at their skills and mechanical niche, and then also a little bit about who they are in like mythology or history and how they connect to other fate works, but not a super deep dive. There are lots of other people doing those kinds of longer form videos with higher production quality, with a lot more detail. You know, don't expect any like high level math. This isn't necessarily for entertainment. This is just a quick, informative, hey, this guy's going to be on a raid up. There are only like 3 banners like this. Here's a brief idea of what they do in case you want to see if you want them, and then just go from there. So that's our experiment. And if any of those other people who do videos want to like pop in and like cross promote that they're about to do a higher production, more scripted video, because I'm not working off a strict script here. This is usually like our semi-scripted stuff. Just they want to pop in and like cross promote and be like, hey, yo, I'm blah blah blah. Like, instance, voice, if you're out there. If you wanted to say, not that you can do this now because this is already coming out, but if you wanted to like pop in and say, yo, here's like my 60 seconds of thoughts on Iskandar, because I know you're going to do an Iskandar video, or at least you're working on one, you know, we can jump in and do that. So that's the idea. And this intro has already gone on too long. It's like half as long as I want this video to be. So we're going to stop down and we're going to actually jump into the actual segment of Wanted Post. Alright, so let's actually talk about Iskandar. This is 5-star rider, Iskandar, for the Fate Zero event. He's a fairly rare servant. Keep this in mind if you're interested in him. He's only been in the Fate XL Zero Order banner, which is about to come up in English, and then he was in what was Happy New Year 2017, so that'll be 2019? I'm doing my math right? Yeah, it'll be plus 2 years. So that'll be Happy New Year this year, aka maybe the Thanksgiving thing? I don't know. We don't know exactly how they're going to continue to work that out, alright? Now, Japan has started rerunning collabs, so it's possible that he may reappear in a XL Order rerun, but we have no idea when that would be, and that it's like 2 years in the future from whenever it happens in Japan. So, if you're interested in him, this is one of like your 2 chances to get him, so be prepared to go for it. I know that's rough. Immediately post John Alter and immediately before Shuten Doji, but we'll cover Shuten in a later video if people like this one. So, Iskandar is the Persian name for Alexander the Great. That's who this guy is. He's good old Alexander the Great. One of the greatest military commanders and leaders of history. He conquered Greece, Persia, Egypt, and was on his way to India before he was unfortunately stopped by dying. It's very unfortunate. Changed a lot of the political landscape of Central Asia and the Mediterranean, and was well regarded even after his death. Hannibal said that had he conquered Rome, he would have been greater than Alexander the Great. So that's clearly they thought highly of him. So that's, you know, your hook in there. Also, Iskandar was Rider from Fate Zero, hence why he's in the Fate Zero event, where he was one of the 3 major servant characters, I'd say. So that's pretty interesting. His rival was Darius III, who also appears, he's a FGO original servant. And you can also get his quote-unquote Lily form, his younger self, as just Alexander as a 3-star rider. So most of you who have been playing a while probably have him. He was also a playable character for the Altera faction in Fate Extella, and will be returning in Extella Link. There's all your general background information you need to know. He's a cool dude. He's been in some Fate stuff, if that grabs you. I mean, if it grabbed you, you're probably already interested in rolling on him, but you know how it is. So let's just overview his mechanics. Hopefully you can see all his stats on the screen. As it says in the description, images provided by Grand Order Wiki. So, you can see from his card comp and his passives and stuff, he's a definite hitter-type character. You know, lower hit counts, decent attack, about a little more HP than attack, but just a little bit. Got 2 Buster cards, 2 Arts cards. He's only got 1 quick card, but he's got a decent riding, so that quick card is boosted a decent amount. His NP gain was actually fixed by an interlude, so look out for that if you do get him. It starts out kinda but it gets better. Let's see, what else do we want to talk about? Sorry, you get to learn with me as I figure out what I want to do with these videos. So skills-wise, you can see he is just a hitter. We said this on our actual Let's Talk FGO show, but he is all about damage boosts. His skills are kind of generic. He's got a regular charisma, he's got a regular tactics. Fairly normal levels. But they are for the whole team, they're also for him. His mana burst is a little unique in that not only does it give him a Buster card up, but it also increases his star generation rate by a okay amount, 50%. So it gives him better. That'll definitely help with his multi-hit Buster NP. So basically you can gen a few stars that he can then suck up. Also got a pretty good actual Buster damage up in Lightning Conqueror. And yeah, basically you charge him up. Now, part of the beauty of Iskandar is that 2 of his 3 skills are team-wide, so you can set that up to either be NP chains or kind of focus on adding to the rest of the team for a little while, or you can just do a Buster Brave chain with his NP. Speaking of his NP, pretty standard AoE damage, though obviously he's got like 3 multipliers at maximum ascension, and then it lowers the enemy defense. And then there is an interlude he has later, which is possibly not shown in the graphics, I don't know. I don't know what the video looks like yet, this is just the audio portion. So that will not only up his base damage, but also mean he lowers critical rate. So, fairly standard. You can see from his passives, he's got a little bit of damage up from Divinity, and then he's got an okay debuff resist. There's not a lot else to talk about here. His niche is he kills stuff. He's got a Buster AoE, he has lots of damage multipliers. He's good for farming or if you have to deal with a lot of ads, basically. And I think that's that. There's not much else to talk about. You can see all his stats. This is just a quick view. Who he is, what he does, and if you want him. I can't answer that question for you, but if you like his character, you like his design, or you just think to yourself, oh, I could use a mechanical niche, and he's kind of cool, and I don't have Drake, or even if you do have Drake and you want him anyway, just go ahead and check him out. Like I said, fairly rare, so this would be a good opportunity to get in there. And that's gonna be the video, I think. As per the usual, if you like this video, give it a like. That's very important when we do newer types of videos to leave likes, so we know you want to see more of them. If you have any comments about the format, like what you want to see changed, any other comments and suggestions, go ahead and leave those in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on the Discord, that's in the description. And of course, if you're new here and you haven't already, please subscribe. Don't forget notifications, whether you're a new or old subscriber, so you can always get these videos when they come out. Also consider supporting us on Patreon so you can get these videos even earlier. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for your time, everybody.